Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Learn French by Suchita. Je m'appelle Suchita, votre enseignante de la langue française, and in this video I am going to teach you the most requested topic of all the times, how to identify the genders of the nouns in French. That means how to identify whether a noun is masculine or feminine in French. Before we begin with this video, I would like to introduce you to my website www.learnfrenchbysuchita.com, where you will find recorded courses for all your French language needs. We have courses for DELF A1, DELF A2, DELF B1, TEF TCF recorded course, French phonetics as well. We have special courses for our school students ranging from grade 5 to grade 8. We also have courses for university students who are enrolled in certificate course or diploma course in Delhi University. And finally, we also have courses for our school students who are aiming to appear for their DELF Prem or DELF Junior examinations. So hurry up and check it out. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. And as I already told you, in this video, I am going to teach you how do you identify the genders of the nouns in French. I have received a number of requests from my viewers in the comment section stating that we are not able to identify whether a noun is masculine or whether a noun is feminine. For example, if I say the word stylo, or I say the word gomme, or I say the word livre, any word if I say in French, whether we say un stylo or whether we say une stylo, whether we say un livre or we say une livre, we are not able to identify that. But before we start with this video, I would request you to watch this video till the end, and in case you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And in case you're not following me over my Instagram page, which is Learn French by Suchita, go and follow me over there as well. So let's just start with the video, and I promise you by the end of this video, you would be able to identify the gender of the noun with at least 80 to 85% of the accuracy. Alright, so let's just start, and the first rule that I'm going to give you is généralement les mots qui se terminent par E sont féminins. While there is no one rule to identify whether a noun is masculine or the noun is feminine, but I'm going to tell you various rules after which you will be able to identify, you'll be able to at least guess this noun would be feminine, this noun would be masculine, right? Now, the first rule states generally the words which end with E are feminine. Now this particular rule is going to work in at least 70% of the cases. 70 to 75% of the cases would be sorted after this. So the first rule is generally the words which end with E, they are feminine. So I've listed few words over here. These are all the nouns. And if you see, all these nouns are ending with the letter E. So the rule states that first of all, always check the noun for which you have to identify the gender, whether it is masculine or feminine, that word ends with E or not. So if that word ends with E, then 70% of the chances are there, 70 to 75% of the chances are there that that noun would be feminine. Alright, so let's look at some of the examples which I have written. These are just few of them. The first one is bouteille. Bouteille, bouteille which means bottle. So we say une bouteille, reason being that that is ending with E, une bouteille. The next one is une gomme, une gomme. Now you see gomme is ending with E, so une gomme. The next one is une trousse. Trousse is again ending with E, so trousse means a pencil box or a pencil case. So that also ends with E, that's why I'm putting une. Now, how am I putting this un or une? These are basically the indefinite articles. I have put the indefinite articles. If you want, you can also put the definite articles. That's your choice. Whether you want to put un, une, de, or whether you want to put le, la, le. That's completely your choice. Now, if you do not know what are indefinite and what are definite articles, and if you want to learn them, I'm going to mention the link in the card above. You can watch those videos and then come back here again. And I'm going to mention the same link in the description box as well. Now, let's just continue with this. Since these nouns are feminine, before the feminine nouns, we put une as the indefinite article. Had it been the definite article, of course, I can put le, la, le over there. So in case of definite article, I have to put
La. That's your choice. I mean, you can put the indefinite article or you can put the definite article. That's completely your choice. Now, so first is une bouteille, which means a bottle. Next is une gomme, an eraser. Une trousse, which means a case or a pencil case. The next one is une classe, which means a classroom. The next is une bibliothèque, une bibliothèque, which means a library. And the last one which I have written is une chambre, which means a bedroom. So I repeated for you all these nouns which I have written, all of them are ending with E, just to show that mostly the words or the nouns which end with E are feminine. So by this rule, your 70% cases are sorted. So just now I told you that the words which end with E are generally feminine. So that means the words which will not end with E, they will be masculine. Yeah. So here I have written all the words which are not ending with E, just to show that the words which end with E, if I'm saying 70% of the times the words which end with E are feminine, so that means the words which will not end with E, they will be masculine. So let's just look at some of the examples. The first example being un stylo, which means a pen. The next one is un crayon, which means a pencil. You see, all of them are not ending with E. Any other thing but not E. Okay. Un sac, which means a bag. Now again I would say all of them are the indefinite articles. That's your choice. I have used the indefinite articles. If you want to use the definite articles, le, la, le, that's your choice. You can use that, because my point being, I want to teach you whether a noun is masculine or feminine, the identification of the genders of the nouns in French. Next is un sac, which means a bag. Next is un journal, which means a newspaper. The next one is un billet, which means a ticket. That can also mean a note, like a note of 10 rupee, a note of 10 euros, that means. The next one is un travail, which means a work. So un stylo, un crayon, un sac, un journal, un billet et un travail. So the words ending with E, 70% of the times they are going to be feminine, and the words which are not ending with E, they are going to be masculine. Now the second rule in front of you is les mots qui se terminent par ION sont généralement féminins. The second rule states that the words which end with ION, they are generally, I would say 98 to 99% of the cases this rule will be true. The words which end with ION would be feminine. There are very, very few cases wherein the words are ending with ION and they are masculine, right? So the words which are ending with ION, they are going to be feminine. Here are few examples in front of you. The first one is une solution. Can you see all of them are ending with ION? Right? So all of them are feminine. These are just few examples, right? The first one being une solution, which means a solution. The next one being une région, a region. Une télévision, a television. The next one is une question, which means a question. The next one, une exception, again that ends with E, so an exception. Une exception. There are so many other words. For example, natation, again ends with ION, so it's feminine. La natation, it's une natation. I'm using the indefinite articles. It's your choice. You can use the definite articles as well. So une solution, une région, une télévision, une question, une exception. So the words which end with ION, they are generally feminine. Now, there are certain exceptions to this rule, wherein I told you the words which end with ION, they are feminine. These words are also ending with ION, but they are masculine, right? The first one is un lion, which means a lion. The next one, un avion, which means an aeroplane. The next one, un champion, un champion, which means a champion. So mostly you will see that the words which are ending with ion, they are feminine. However, there are very few exceptions, 2, 3, 4, 5, very few exceptions. Okay, now the third rule states, les mots qui se terminent par age sont généralement masculins. The words which end with age, you see all these are ending with age. So generally these words are masculine, right? Let's look at the first example, un voyage. Un voyage, voyage which means a trip or a journey, un voyage. The next one, un visage. Un visage which means a face. Un village, village, a village. Un message, message, un message. Un nuage, nuage which means a cloud. Un fromage, fromage, a cheese. Un étage, étage which means a floor. So you see all of them are ending with age and all of them are masculine. So the words which end with age, generally those words are masculine. I can give you so many other examples, like for example, un garage which means a garage. For example, un passage which means a passage. Un paysage which means a landscape. So all the words which end, generally all the words which are ending with age, you will find them masculine. Alright, so just now I told you the words which end with age, they are generally masculine. However, there are certain exceptions to this rule. So let's just study them. The first one being une page. Now you see all of them are ending with age, but still they are feminine, right? Which is opposite to what I told you in this rule. So une page, which means a page. The next one being une plage, a beach. Une image which means an image. Une cage which is a cage. The next one, une rage, a rage. And the last one, une nage, which means swimming. So I repeat it for you, une page, une plage, une image, une cage, une rage, et une nage. All these words are ending with age, but they are feminine. Now the fourth rule in front of you is les mots qui se terminent par isme ou asme sont généralement masculins. In fact, I should say toujours masculin. The words which end with isme or asme, they are generally masculine. In fact, I should say they are always masculine, right? So here I have written few examples in front of you which are ending with isme or they are ending with asme. So all of them are masculine, right? Now the first one being le tourisme, which means the tourism. The next one, l'athlétisme, which means the athletics. Le féminisme, which means the feminism. The next one, le cyclisme, which means the cycling. L'enthousiasme, which means the enthusiasm. The next one, le fantasme, which means the fantasy. The next one, l'hindouisme, which means the Hinduism. Now here I have written the definite articles just to variate it. I have written the definite articles. If you want, you can write the indefinite articles as well. Here I have written L apostrophe because all of them are beginning with a while. However, all of them are masculine. So I repeat it for you: le tourisme, l'athlétisme, le féminisme, le cyclisme, l'enthousiasme, le fantasme, l'hindouisme. So the words which end with isme or asme, they are masculine. Now the last rule being, how would you identify the gender of the living beings? For example, you have father, mother, uncle, aunt, grandfather, anybody who is a living being. In that case, never see whether a word is ending with E or not. Because see, all of them are ending with E. So for living beings, you always see, for example, the first word is a father, un père. So father is masculine. That's why you put un père. Whereas mother is feminine. So you say une mère. The next one being un oncle. Oncle means uncle. Now uncle is masculine or feminine? That's masculine. The next one being une tante. Une tante, which means an aunt. Now aunt will always be feminine, that's why this is une tante. The next one is un grand-père. Grand-père, which means a grandfather. Now grandfather would be masculine, so we say un grand-père. I can give you so many other examples. Let's say grand-mère. Grand-mère, which means grandmother, which is feminine. So you say une grand-mère. So in case of living beings, you never see whether a word is ending with e or not. You always see the gender of that person. Like father would be masculine, so the word is masculine. Mother would be feminine, so the word mother is feminine. For example, nephew. Nephew in French is known as neveu. N-E-V-E-U. Neveu. Now that word is masculine because nephew would be masculine. Un neveu. Similarly, if I say nièce. Nièce is niece. That's une nièce. Now these are some of the rules which I have told you, whereas there are various other exceptions that you will keep on finding, and for that I would give you 2 tips. The first step being, whenever you learn a word in French, whenever you learn a noun in French, do not just learn the noun. Learn that noun with the article. For example, if you are saying livre, livre, don't just learn livre. Just learn it with the article and say le livre, which will make you learn the gender of that noun. So le livre. Similarly, let's say if you want to say activité, the word activité, don't just learn activité, which means activity. Don't just learn the word. Learn it along with its article, whether definite article or whether indefinite article, that's your choice. Une activité, that's une activité, that means that's feminine. The second tip that I would like to give you, while reading or listening, look for some grammar clues. For example, I have written mon père, mon père. So whenever you are reading or whenever you are listening something, always look for the clues. Let's say if it's written mon père, it's very clear that père is masculine, that's why they have written mon. This is basically the possessive adjective, this is demonstrative adjectives, this is a color, right? So the first one being mon père, which is masculine. The next one is cette activité. Cette activité. Cette I have used as the feminine one. Why? Because the word activité is feminine. The next one is une chaise verte. Une chaise verte. Now you see, verte is feminine. That's ending with E. The color is ending with E. So that means the word chaise is femina. So whenever you are learning a word, don't just learn that word. Learn some indication with that. For example, I told you un livre. Mon père. So mon père, that means your mind should run over there that I had studied mon père. That means the word père is masculine. Had it been femina, we would not have learnt mon père. Then it would have been ma père. Since I have learnt mon père, that means the word is masculine. These are few tips to learn whether a noun is masculine or feminine. And that's it for this video. In case you like this video, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel and mention your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Till then, au revoir, à bientôt et bisous bisous.